Pastor Kumuyi ruined my childhood. Mercy Benjamin claims. Mercy Benjamin is a blogger and also works as a web developer in Lagos. She is born to Deeper Life parents and she took to her verified Facebook page to share her childhood experiences as a Deeper Life member. Pastor Williams Folorunsho Kumuyi, I respect you as an individual because of the obvious radiating humble nature you exude. If not, I would have so disrespected you anyhow. You are one of those people who ruined my childhood. You are one of those people who made my dad very comfortable with poverty when there were several opportunities for him to take advantage of. Because of your deluded preachings, those opportunities were considered a sin because of you. Pastor Kumuyi, I respect you as an individual, but I am disappointed at your state of delusion and the multitude you lead with it. In the name of God, hell and sin, people justify their wicked acts. Broad is the way to hell, narrow is the way to heaven. It gives me peace, knowing fully well you and your multitude are all going to the hell created for you all. I don't like you. Deeper Life Church forbids wearing of lace materials clothes, one of their greatest sin of all time. Can't forget the time my dad took 3 of us to the tailor himself and specifically told the tailor with warning to sew gather gown for us 3. It was not funny. His own way of describing to the tailor to sew us the most hideous shapeless gown that gathers together around the waist. My old man was using his razor blade and comb to scrape our hair. For a large part of my life, I was ugly, no be lie. We know us then. No. Deeper Life hates good things. Anything good is a sin. One of the annoying parts of it all was all the workers in that church were all trying to use the exact voice of their pastor Kumuyi. They are all using his same intonations till date. Only thinking about it is very embarrassing because my father was a minister in that church too. For a large part of my life, I was believing white powder could catapult me straight to hell. We could not even mingle properly with people. I was in my secondary year in the university before I managed to pierce a single dot in my ears. Can't forget the guilt I felt for weeks for just doing that. Thank you for listening to this news. Well, this is serious anyway. Young lady, so sorry you have to go through all this. But I will tell you that you're getting it wrong. All the practice in Deeper Life Bible Church is actually a doctrine. And for the fact that your dad chose to follow that doctrine, that is what made you what you are, and not what made you or made your dad to be poor. All right? Having gone through your expression and the bitterness you advanced, I would like to state that the strict moral upbringing that is associated with the early members of that church was great and highly commendable. It has same resemblance with the behavioral characteristics of the early church. Kumuyi's preaching tried to restore the intent of life, full of holiness and heavily bound voyage. Thus, why you may not have like his doctrine or approach, I feel you should appreciate the reformation and knowledge you acquire in that church, as it has great value required to surmount the difficulties of today's world, numerous evil and challenges. He is not the reason for your dad's predicament. Your dad is poor because he wants to be poor. If not, you two supposed to have been richer than this. After all, you are not under his doctrine anymore. There are many people who are also under his ministry that are rich. I'm not his church member, but I hate it when people blame others for their mistakes or poverty. Pastor Kumuyi doesn't preach against acquiring wealth. He preaches against making money on bad ways. He doesn't preach against wearing good clothes, but he preaches against indecent dressing. So please stop disgracing or saying bad things against servants of God. If you don't like the doctrine of a particular church, leave it and go to another one. Your father was able to send to the university and consider him comfortable with poverty. You are an ungrateful child because your father did not allow you to get lost in the hand of the devil to ruin your destiny. You are saying he is comfortable with poverty. Thank God you are now an adult, possibly with children now. Train them the way you please, and you shall give account of it before the Lord. My dear, I advise you, stop blaming men of God. I'm not a member of Deeper Life, but you should know that if not for your dad's strict way of life, perhaps you might not have survived your childhood. If you are truly born again, you will know that everything worketh for good for those that trust in the Lord. Some who enjoy the lifestyle you had wanted wished they were brought up the way you were brought up. So I will advise that you maintain um, you maintain that status quo. You may not like Pastor Kumuyi's system of preaching, his doctrines, but then that should not warrant this kind of insults and abuses on a man of God. Okay, understand? So I advise you and I leave you with this message. So viewers, I don't know how you feel concerning what I've just said to Mercy. Yes, I know she must have she I know how she's feeling for what has happened to her and her dad, but meanwhile Pastor Kumuyi is never the reason for his father's misfortune. All right, he's never behind that. So let I get it straight. So, my viewers, please, your comments concerning what has just been said are very much important. Don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell button to receive more updates. Thank you.